this is Master TDS with the most innocent of innocent posts that you could possibly post. Literally, this is the internet where you say, "Oh, I like the color green," and they're like, "Oh, you're a bigot. You don't like black people." It's like, no, I said I like the color green. What the hell are you talking about? That's kind of where this one goes. So Master TDS says, "You cannot escape hypnotic. You will submit to the glory of the chair stream. All hail the Hypno Chair." Hypno Chair was made by Crimson Blitz Art, which is Asian Swordmaster in the chat right now, who says, "That's me. That was tagged." So shout out to Asian Swordmaster for this legendary chair creation. It's legit. And you did that. I feel like you did that in like 2 minutes. I'm like very impressed by it. Great work. Great work. What do we have but the reply guy? And my God, when I tell you guys this takes a turn, like this is one of those like, holy crap. There is like, yeah, we all know there's probably something off with some people out there, but where this goes, I could not have ever imagined. Jon Del Arroz. Jon Del Arroz is I believe the owner of Fandom Pulse, I guess, which is a gaming website, which it's doing the opposite, but I guess this is a way for him to get advertising for people to go check out his website. And he's been a reply guy with everything that I'm saying too, saying Fandom Pulse, and saying the most ridiculous unhinged just to get people to go to his website. I'm like, I guess that's viral marketing. Like here we are talking about it, but yikes, bro. Like pump the brakes on where you go with this. Cause like I can take some jokes and it's like whatever. But when you go too far, it's like, we'll see. He was exposed as a total hypocrite and simp for DEI. Oh, so now Hypno is a simp for DEI. Hypno, did you know that? That's why everyone's switching to the Fandom Pulse, who calls it right with real news. This is me. To me, this is like switch from an actual gaming website to like a special education gaming website with that kind of post. That's what it reads as. It's like, why the hell would I ever go there for anything? Oh my God. But Master of the TDS, it gets good, guys. Stick with me here because, oh my God. And when I say it gets good, I mean it gets awful, but entertaining. Master TDS says, "I've kept quiet because I have friends on both sides. I thought I made that clear over and over, but apparently not. I don't want to be part of this. I don't care who's right or wrong. Stop dragging me into it. My stance could not be clearer. If you value what I bring to the table, you will respect my decision on this." I mean, we got the most based take ever to follow up a guy posting a picture of a chair. But don't worry, because Jon Del Arroz is like, doesn't matter, bro. I'm going in. I got him. Here we go. "You kept quiet while these guys led a cancel mob and won't stop." What are you talking about, bro? If you're in the news for all the wrong reasons, that's not canceling. That's literally an Alyssa Mercante tactic to say, oh, they're trying to cancel me. It's like, no, stop being in the news for being a douchebag, allegedly. These are toxic, evil trolls who are pushing LGBTQ propaganda. So now, guys, I don't know if you know this about me. This fun fact, I'm learning this about me in real time right now. Apparently, I'm pushing LGBTQ propaganda. I did not know that. In fact, I would argue that I was fighting against that, but you know, this guy, he wants to sell his book.
Buy my book. Buy my book. Buy my book. Buy my book.
But it gets even crazier. And trying to damage right-wing creators. So now, according to Jon Del Arroz, I'm a leftist, which he said before. And now apparently Hypno is a leftist too, which I'm getting sued, and Hypno is getting named in a lawsuit that is alleging we are right-wing extremists. I believe that's the terminology of it. So again, like I said before, if you're pissing off both sides, I think you're doing something right. But damn, it's kind of like keeping quiet when the Nazis are rounding up the Jews because you got a couple German friends. Yeah? Now, for those of you who don't know, Master of the TDS is Jewish. That's a very unhinged thing to write to someone that you know is Jewish. That is just like, bro, we're talking about video games here. Where are we going? What are we doing here? Like, what is this? What is this? Sterling says, this is what I walk into. So this was wild. Like when that happened, I was like, full stop. I hit the brakes on my day today. I saw that. I was just like, I had to like, it was one of those moments when you're at your computer and it's like, yeah. Like, I'm Batman says, not quite wife beating low, but still low. Fair comment. That is unhinged in its own right. But you think it would stop there? But it doesn't. It doesn't. There's more. There's more. He goes after Master of the TDS again today. So Jon Del Arroz has found a new person of interest, we'll say. Person of interest. Master of the TDS says, this was so wild. I was crying laughing when the guy said this, which this was a clip from our stream last night. Shout out again to Master of the TDS. If we could have some mods, share his channel, Gothic Therapy, in the chat right now. Great channel, up and coming, and they are kicking ass. And he's an all-around great dude and very entertaining. I don't have enough good things to say about the guy. Like, honestly, I don't know how I could find a way to not like this person. It's like crazy to me. But don't worry, because guess what reply guy shows up here? Jon Del Arroz. See, all you do is simp for their lying. My guy. He was my co-host on the stream. Master of TDS says, I was on the panel with him. We watched it together. Your jealousy and anger has consumed you so thoroughly, you can't be reasoned with. So I won't bother anymore. And what does he reply with? What's he reply with? Jealousy? Lol. I'm not jealous of Jews promoting LGBTQ porn. Let me guess, by the way, I'm already going to call it right now. Jon Del Arroz is going to take this and run with it tomorrow as I'm trying to cancel him. Because this is what he does every single time he's held to be accountable for what he says. This is unhinged shit that I'm going to call out every time I see it. This guy's pushing this kind of stuff out there, and it's just like, yeah, what are you going to do about it? He wants people to respond to it just so he can say, oh, they're trying to cancel me, just like they always do. Bro, look at the shit you're writing. My guy, you cannot be reasoned with. You clearly either have a mental disorder or are proactively doing this unhinged shit to push selling the Fandom Pulse or your books. Because there's no other reason in between it. Very calm, collected. Shout out to Master TDS again for handling this so professionally. He's like, I don't even know how to respond to you anymore. You are behaving unhinged. Which, yeah, I can't disagree with that. That is exactly how I feel about the situation. It's absolutely wild. It's absolutely wild. It's so wild. Would you believe it if I told you that, and shout out to Packer Girl for the heads up, because she tagged me and let me know. It's so wild that his buddy, Yorch Torch Gaming, is even calling him out for this. It's even a bridge too far for Yorch. Packer Girl says, gamers, the butt buddies are in a couple's spat over JDA's anti-Semitic rhetoric. And Yorch still dragged Smash JT into it. which honestly, my, my notifications were going so nuts today. I didn't see any of it. It's like legit. I was just like, the whole Razor Fist stuff. I'm just like, I can't even catch any of it. It was crazy. Yorch Torch Games says, John, sorry to come out saying this, but that isn't right. I didn't sign up for this, and I don't like where this is going. Go and ask Master of the TDS an apology. No one contacted me to tell you this in public. If we're asking Smash for an apology about a game, do it for a fellow gamer. Which, what? Hold up. What do I have to do with that? What? What are you bringing me into this for? And I don't even know what they want an apology for, because they're saying I was saying one thing about Kingdom Come, but now it's a different thing. When what I said about Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 was, yeah, if new information comes to light, I will reevaluate it at that time. New information came to light, and I reevaluated it at that time, which is literally what I said. But of course, they have tunnel vision and saying, oh, no, he said gay is okay because you don't have to do gay, which is literally, if you're looking at like a whole book, that's like reading a page of the book, because you got to speak to Jon Del Arroz like in author terms. That's like reading a page of the book and saying that page, you need to apologize for this page, even though the entire book is saying, yeah, but I don't know why I'm brought into this. Maybe it's Yorch Torch trying to appeal to John and be like, bro, I'm still with you. Like, hey, we both hate Smash. Like, screw that guy. But this anti-Semitic shit, that is not going to fly with me, which is wild to see the infighting now between Yorch Torch and Jon Del Arroz, which is crazy. It's crazy. This whole situation happened today. I'm just like, what is going on? And it all started from a simple tweet of a chair. Like, what the hell? What are we doing here? And oh, by the way, this is on top of tweets that I've seen from Jon Del Arroz that definitely implied that he does not like black people and that he's hardcore racist or white supremacist. Those are the impressions that I was given by the tweets that he's put out there. And if you're going to call me out on that, have at it, bro. I'll make another stream and I'll call out those specific tweets and I will go through all those if you want me to, because holy crap, there's definitely, in my humble opinion, something off about that guy. Damn. First off, the legend himself, Calisoka 311 for the 10 banger says, I'm pretty sure Jon Del Arroz is what is being referred to as the woke right. Grifter going to grift, and he is trying to capitalize on the anti-woke movement. Now, buy my book. He's, by the way, I didn't even mention this, on all my posts, or not all, sorry, because he'll be like, I'm lying. On many of my posts, he replies to them and then replies with the Fandom Pulse and replies with a link to his books, or replies to an advertisement to something he's trying to sell or get people to sign up for. And I'm like, bro, like, what are we, like 8 years old here? Like, this is like, what are you doing? This is so weird. And I'm like going along with it because, like, whatever, it's kind of so stupid and douchey, and it lets people see who he is. And I want people to see that. I'm inviting people to see who he is, just so people know. I don't want to block that out. I want people to see it, just so there's unfiltered. Let him bury himself. And what happens today is what he does to Master of TDS. And I'm like, legit. I mean, he's said some pretty unhinged things before. I don't know if he can come back from this today. And I genuinely mean that. Like, this might have been a bridge too far. It was so far that Yorch Torch even called him out, which I did not have on my bingo card either. I'm like, bro, we got Yorch Torch fighting with JDA today? What? That was wild. Mr. Melancholy for the 2 says, JDA's got diarrhea of the mouth. Unhinged. Thank you, Mr. Melancholy, for the 2 banger. I appreciate you. And I would almost argue that is giving him a compliment, because, yeah, after what happened today, I feel like it was even worse than that. We got Mercenary for the 5 banger. It says, Jon Del is not a Christian. You hear me, John? You don't worship God. You don't have Jesus in your heart. You have nothing but the devil in you. Thank you for your donation, Mercenary. And I would argue, based off of some of the things I've seen, not just him say, but also John F. Trent has been trending down that road where I'm like, bro, and Melanie Mack, in my humble opinion, here's the great irony. You ready for this? These people need Jesus. They need Jesus bad. Damn. John, Jesus would knock some sense into you. Thank you, Mercy. I appreciate you. Wandering Slacker for the 5-banger says, about a year ago, I saw one of his videos and decided to pick up his book. Got about 3/4 of the way through. Not bad, but can't finish it now. Dude, first off, cheers. I see the cheers at the end. Don't blame yourself for that, by the way, because you never know what your impression of someone might change over time. And that can happen with everyone in all walks of life. Like Dad JT here, I have a lot of people that come to me and say they've hated me for so long. And now they finally see why they should not be hating me and they actually love the channel now. And then I have the opposite of that spectrum where I have people that say they used to love me and now they hate me. And I'm like, bro, there's been one constant here. And that's me. I've always been me. But yeah, people will come and go, and people will find out things about people that they didn't know, and that could either improve their thoughts on them or make them worse. After what happened tonight with JDA, I would imagine it's going to change the dynamic and perception of what people think about him moving forward for the worse. And he's going to take that as canceling, but it's like, bro, you wrote those words. Don't pull in Alyssa Mercante and try to get mad at someone canceling you for reading your words. I didn't add any words into your tweets. Those are your tweets. Be accountable for those actions. You know, like leftists can't do. Try to be accountable for that. But yeah. Into the 64 for the 20-banger says, JDA isn't smart. What happened to the boycott against KCD2? It failed. The game sold in the millions. They got their money back. What JDA did to MasteroftheTDS is unacceptable. John, if you're watching, go fuck yourself. Which I know I'm just reading a super chat, but my sentiment is 100% in lockstep with that. I've had a lot of people, by the way, have been asking me recently, they're like, Smash, are you Jewish? Are you Jewish, Smash? No, I'm Italian. What? Where just because I empathize with a friend who is Jewish, that now makes me Jewish, and people want to like get at me with that? What the hell? What if I was Jewish? What even is that? Like, what the hell? And it's like not just one person. I've had like probably, not even exaggerating, probably between 5 and 8 people today either mention me, tag me, or comment alleging that I am Jewish. And I'm like, well, first off, I'm like, where's this coming from? It's so weird. It's so weird. I don't. Jeff Rock says they're suffering from Israel derangement syndrome. I mean, you might be onto something with that one because yikes, I am like so confused. Legit. This is from MasteroftheTDS. It says, the fact that you'd respond to me like this after everything I did for you is shameful. I went into people's DMs to advocate for you. I got on the phone with you. I stayed quiet when others talked about you and gave no opinion. And by the way, I can vouch for that. Where MasteroftheTDS communicated with me and did advocate for JDA. He did. Which this is even crazier that JDA is just like burning the bridge with him because he posted a picture of Hypnotic's chair. Like, I still can't get over that. I tried to help you fix this. I encourage people to sit down with you, but instead of owning your mistakes and working to rebuild trust, you kept digging. Then somehow you turned and blamed me, even though I was one of the few actually defending you. Which, by the way, I will give credit where it's due to TDS. He's very similar to Hypnotic in a way where they don't necessarily take sides with anyone. They're just their own person. And because of that, people try to cancel them because they're like, oh, you're definitely with the other side if you're not with me. It's like, no, just don't take a side. This isn't a cancel mob. This is the result of your own behavior. Boom. Well said. The problem isn't your beliefs. It's your refusal to reflect, your inability to meet others halfway, and your disregard for how your actions affect those who stood by you. If being friends with both sides isn't acceptable to you, then you've already made the choice. We're done. I'll let your response to my simple request slide, but I can't ignore the pattern anymore. Do what you want. Just know you're doing it without my support moving forward. Damn. Bro, I have not played a Dom DeMarco in a long time here, but
Dom DeMarco.
holy Master of TDS with him. Holy. Says, I've blocked him. Don't tell me who I can and can't be friends with. I make my own choices. Damn. Oh, by the way, this is another one. Jon Del Arroz. This is today, by the way. Gamers, answer me this if you can. What values do Smash JT and Hypnotic Gaming stand for? Unprovoked. Like, bro, desperate for attention much? Who's even asking for this conversation? Faison Ram posts a picture of, I think that's like the Jewish star or whatever it is. John says, is that confirmed? Smash JT, are you Jewish? Another person asking me today if I'm Jewish. This really explains a lot of Christian hate from him. I need a drink. Thank you. Yeah, the Star of David. Thank you. I did know that. I just forgot the name of it. Yeah. That is definitely something that happened today. And Jon Del Arroz, I'm sure, will be claiming that I canceled him after this video goes out there because I read his tweets and gave my opinions of being unhinged. How dare me? This follows the other posts from earlier. And it said, you support cancel pigs for clout who were lying about DEI in games to try to attack Christian conservatives, which, what? Gonna need some sources, receipts, and more information because what? If you did any of the above, it didn't show. You show support for the pigs regularly, though, to show you're with them publicly. Truth wins over time. Your whole post here is performative to try to show to Smash and Hypno you're disassociating yourself with me for more clout. Everything's about clout with this guy. The reply guy that replies with his books and all the replies I'm seeing him is calling other people clout chasers, which is fascinating. I'm not stupid. I'd press X to doubt. I know how the game works. It's just sad you play it. I play truth and values, and that's why my soul is saved. All right. Master TDS replied, no, this post was an inside joke between me and Smash. We dragged Hypnotic into it for fun, against his will. That's all it was. Not sure where you're seeing what you're seeing, but if there was confusion, you could have just DM'd me. Funny how you skipped that and went straight to assumptions. I never spoke ill of you. Anyone can see that. But you've clearly lost sight of anyone's needs but your own, and that's a shame. This was never my fight. I asked to stay out of it so I could remain friends with both sides. You wouldn't allow that, so you made your choice. And John replied, you quote tweeted, it was performative here, just like the quote tweets of their content to try to get clout. It's okay. I know who's trustworthy and who's not, by who doesn't equivocate to the cancel mob. Well, I mean, John, you've been quote tweeting me constantly. So rules for thee, not for me. What? And then he follows that up with, you're just another one who did. Iron sharpens iron, brother. If you hang out with bad people, you go in that direction. You're doing that. This coming from the guy that was being, I would say, quite anti-Semitic, unprovoked, unprompted. And even if it was prompted, I still don't think it's called for. And it's even being called out by Yorch Torch, which yikes. It was wild. What a wild day. Holy crap. Will Jon Del Arroz come back from this? No, but at the same time, he doesn't fall any further because this is, people just know who he is. This is what he is. I almost feel like he understands that, and he just continues to grind away every day being a reply guy, just over and over again. I've never seen someone spend more time on X in my entire life. And I felt like I spent a lot of time on it. And every time I go, I see like all these messages from him. Every time I open it, I'm like, damn, bro, like I ate lunch today. Did you?